Hey everyone, today we're doing a deep dive into the wonderful world of virtual machines. We're going to walking through how to connect your Hyper-V host DHCP server with your virtual machines. For this lab, I have a Windows 2022 Datacenter server and a Windows 11 client machine. So on this Windows 2022 data center server, I have a couple of server roles installed and properly configured. So I have a Active Directory, for example, DHCP, DNS installed and configured. So to actually make your host computer to communicate with your virtual machines, there's few steps you have to actually follow. First one is to properly configure a virtual switch, and to do so you want to open the Hyper-V manager, and in here you have to right click and select virtual switch manager. So the virtual switch manager window will open, and here you have to select new, make sure this is selected, new virtual network switch, and select internal. As you can read here, it make your actual physical computer communicate with virtual machines. So you want to hit create virtual switch, and then you will get prompt to provide the name of your virtual switch. So you have actually to change this default name by whatever name you want. I can call it local switch or interface. Let's put local interface. I can add notes if I want to, but once again, make sure the internal network is selected and hit apply and then OK. So now you want to actually connect your virtual or your Hyper-V virtual machine network card to that switch, and to do that you hit file, from the file option select settings. From here or the settings window, look for the network adapter, switch to actually the virtual switch you just created. In this case, it's a local internet, the name of that switch. So you select local internet, hit apply and then OK. So that's actually a second step. So the first step will be actually to create a switch. Second step is to link or to connect your virtual machine network card to the switch. The third step will be to actually give manually an IP address to that switch, and that IP address or that switch will be actually your virtual host machine, your virtual the virtual network card of your host machine. So if you come here and you right click on this little icon, select open networks and internet settings, you will be able to locate the network and sharing center option. You double click on it, it will open. From here, change adapter settings, and you will actually be able to see your local internet switch, which is actually a virtual network card of your host machine. So here you want to give, as I told you earlier, a static IP address, or you have to manually enter an IP address. So you come to the properties, select Internet Protocol version 4, hit properties again, and then click on use the following IP address and give an IP address to that network adapter. So for this, in this case, we're going to give it 10.10.1.196, and as a subnet mask, 255.255.192. So for the default gateway, we're going to give it 10.10.1.193, and for the DNS server, because this server is also also have the DNS role, we can give the same IP address, so 10.10.1.196, and then we hit OK to confirm the different settings we just entered, and then we can close it. So if we come here and we hit Windows R, we type PowerShell, we hit enter, you will be able to see actually the configuration here, because if we type the command ipconfig, for example, ipconfig, and you hit enter, you will be able to see the configuration here. There's actually another way to see your IP address. You can also type, I'm just going to show you. You can just get net IP address, and then you will see the IP addresses as well. So if you scroll up, you will be able to see it, and you will see here preface origin that is actually is not using a DHCP. It's a manual entry, so we manually provided an IP address to that network card. So from here, you complete this one, you will actually try to do the same with your computer. Open network and internet settings, and for this computer, you're going to make sure that is on DHCP. So we'll be requesting an IP address from the DHCP server, and as you guys know, a DHCP is actually a protocol used to automate the process of configuring devices on IP networks. So you come here on Ethernet, you will make sure that it says IP assignment and it says automatic DHCP. So once it says that, you want to come here and see, you open PowerShell as well here, Windows R, and then you type PowerShell, and then it would open. So here you type IP config to see if it already pick up an IP address from the DHCP server. It didn't. So IP config forward / release, and then renew. And then here we go. It's getting this IP address. Why is it getting this IP address? In the previous video, I'm going to walk you through how to configure a DHCP server, but I will show you actually why it's getting. So if you open from the server manager, you right click on this one. From this option, select you click on DHCP. From this option, you select DHCP manager, and from here you will see actually DHCP manager window. That's where you configure your DHCP server. You can see here the scope has already been configured, and also the filtering settings have been actually configured. So this is the machine, and it's allowed to request an IP address from this DHCP server. So as I told you, next video I'm gonna walk you through how to configure it, the security things of DHCP server, how to make it secure, how to prevent your DHCP server from being attacked, from those different type of hacking attacks, like the DHCP rogue or DHCP saturation. So how to configure server option for your entire DHCP server, or the scope option for only the scope option, or the scope level, how to configure policies, and the MAC address filtering. And in another video, I will show you how to actually configure a DHCP for IPv6 network. Thank you for watching.